Definitely another tutorial. Good morning, you guys. So today I'm just gonna get ready to go out. I'm not going out to have fun. It's literally, what time is it? It's literally 7 in the morning. And because my body refuses to let me sleep in, I'm awake. So for whatever reason, I have an alarm that I had no idea that I set. And when I was laying in bed, I went on Twitter and I was like, I would love to film a get ready with me video, but I don't think I'm interesting. I mean, I have experiences and stories and stuff like that, but I'm just not like the most exciting person in the world. I don't know. Because I see other people vlogging and stuff like that, and I'm just like, oh, I want to do that, I want to, you know. But very rarely do I see people vlogging their everyday lives. People are usually vlogging when they're going to do something really cool, you know, traveling, going to a really special event, stuff like that. So I was like, what the heck could I talk about that would have somebody sit there for 10 to 20 minutes watching me do my makeup, you know? Or maybe people could just play this as like background noise while they're doing their own makeup. My chest hurts and I don't know why. So I'm just gonna clean up my eyebrows. I think that me teaching is another reason why I have issues with my content. Not because people don't want to learn, but because I would like to have a little bit more going on my channel. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. You know, what do you want to see? What do you enjoy? Because I do doubt myself a lot when it comes to my content. Like, ooh, I hope this is good, or ooh, I hope people like it, or I hope they learn something. That's my biggest thing. I hope you learn something from it so that my content is advantageous. Because it's like, what's the point of watching a tutorial if you don't learn anything? Even if it's just a reminder of something you already knew. Whenever I don't know what I want to do, I'll go on my Instagram and I'll look at the stuff that I already did and try not to replicate it. Like, okay, don't do this, don't do this, don't do that. I've done 3 neutral looks in the last week, so I really want to put on some color. But I've been wearing a lot of purple. So for today's makeup, I really want to include yellow. So I'm going to go into the shade Brick. This is from ABH. Warm brown. And I might just go for a bumblebee look today, you know? And I actually want to bring this all the way in because I put primer all over here. What I'm doing today is I'm going to go out to all the MAC counters. I'm going to go to all the MAC counters and introduce myself to the managers if they're there. If not the managers, then whoever is there. Just to make myself, you know, known, I guess. I don't know. Because I am a freelancer and I literally just finished the hiring process. So I'm gonna go out and introduce myself because I feel like with this kind of work, freelancing, you can either do one or two things. You can sit around and wait for somebody to call you and not have nothing to do, or you can go out there and be like, hey, here I am, you know, this is what I got going on, what do you have going on, you know, hit me up because I'm trying to work and pay my bills. And that's what I'm trying to do, make sure I pay my bills. Doing makeup is very glamorous from the outside, but I don't think people realize how difficult it actually is to be in the beauty industry, especially if you're an entrepreneur. It's so hard, so hard. Even if you're popular, even if, you know, you get a lot of attention, let me tell y'all, nothing has taught me this more than the last 6 weeks of my life, okay? And this is not to discredit any blessings that I've received, because I am very grateful for my blessings that I've received while I haven't been working a 9 to 5. But Having popularity will not pay your bills. You can have social media and all that other stuff, but if you don't do nothing with that, if you are not working your butt off, and when I say working your butt, I mean working your butt off. If you are not working your butt off and actively pursuing opportunities, having thousands of followers will not pay your bills if you're not working your butt off. I'm not saying that being an influencer is not a real job or anything like that. Not at all. Not saying that. But if you are not working, none of that matters. None of it does anything. And it is difficult, okay? Almost as difficult as me trying to blend and talk at the same time. How do y'all do your makeup and talk? How do y'all do this? I guess it takes practice, because I'm just like, I can do somebody else's makeup and talk and listen, but my makeup, I feel like if I'm not super duper focused, that it doesn't turn out right. I'm gonna take Deep Plum. So I'm just gonna put this on the outer third of my eye. I want a bit of a shadow, and that's the only reason why I'm using this cool tone shade. Oh yeah, so I was talking about being an entrepreneur and how difficult it is. I mean, people say that the beauty industry, more so the influencer side, is super saturated. I agree that it's saturated, but I don't think that just because it's saturated that everybody that's in the beauty industry, everybody trying to be an influencer, number one, is going to succeed, and number two, actually wants it that bad, you know? The other day I was talking to someone and they were like, I don't get enough support, I don't get reposted, and I really want to be on this PR list. And I was just like, okay, well, what are you doing to achieve that goal? You know what I mean? Long story short, I went on their social media, you know, to take a peek, because sometimes people be asking me for advice or whatever. And this person literally did not have anything. Like, this person did their makeup, of course, but it was just like, there was no... Okay, so basically, long story short, this person wanted to have all the accolades of being an influencer without actually putting in the work. And I was just like, how do you expect to be put on these PR lists and go to these events and get this kind of acknowledgement when you're not even doing a fifth of the kind of stuff that people who actually do get those opportunities do? Like, you're not even putting in the work. So I'm confusion. I was just like, it shocked me, because I actually felt bad for this person. I was like, oh, you know, they want to be influencer, you know, they want an acknowledgement, you know, whatever. I'm over here thinking, this person be posting content, this person do different looks, you know, or this person has an aesthetic that is similar to the vibe of the actual brands that they're trying to get attention from, and there was nothing. So yeah, even though the beauty industry or the influencer side of everything is a little saturated, I don't think everyone will succeed, because not everyone is hungry, as people say. Not everyone is out to get the bag. A lot of people just want the glamour of it all without the work, and I feel like people miss the point. That's one of the reasons why I don't really get concerned about being an influencer. As far as, half the time I don't even consider myself an influencer, because I'm just like, I'm just teaching, I'm just sharing the stuff that I learned, you know. I ain't nobody. You know, when people tell me that they're worried about it, that's why I don't be concerned, and why I try to encourage them, because I'm like, you know what, a good majority of the people out here that, you know, you feel like maybe standing in your way or whatever the case is, they don't want it as bad as you do, and they're not putting in the same work. I think one of the biggest issues is you have to not get down about the fact that you might not be receiving the same kind of attention as somebody else. The truth is, it takes a long time. It takes a minute to be recognized by a brand at all, especially if you don't have a humongous platform. But even people with large platforms don't get seen. or don't get the same kind of attention, because they just don't. And I honestly believe that if people were more aware of what goes on behind the scenes with brands, not negative stuff, but just like how business functions, how the influencer side, the marketing, the PR side of everything. I think that if people were more aware of how stuff goes on behind the scenes, they would not only be more understanding of why they might not be getting seen by brands, but they would also have a better strategy for making sure they receive the kind of attention that they're aiming for, because they would know how things work. They would know what's going on, which that's really hard to get into, especially if you're not familiar at all, or you've never worked behind the scenes in marketing and public relations, or you don't know somebody, you know, who knows somebody who knows somebody. But if you could, it would make things a lot easier for a lot of people. And then I think too, people need to figure out what they want. A lot of people don't know what they want, which is why they don't know what they're doing, and they find themselves being discouraged by every little thing. Figure out what you want. Do you want acknowledgement, or do you want a contract? Are you trying to get free product, or are you trying to get a check? Because see, there's a difference. And I think that people who see influencers getting free stuff forget that there's a difference. A lot of the stuff that we receive is promo. Like, it's, hey, why don't you, I just want you to check this out and let us know what you think, you know. It's a lot of that. It's a lot of free stuff. It's a lot of, here's a discount code. It's a lot of, you know, brands not actually paying you. And I think that that's something that a lot of people miss. So if you're trying to establish yourself, you know, give yourself a name, brand yourself, figure out what you want first before you start. Because a lot of people are really all over the place. And also understand that what you want might not include a check. You could get one, you could go get one, but what you're aiming for might not include a check. Let's just talk about PR real quick. While I'm doing, hold on, I'm gonna be right back. Let me do my other eye and we're gonna talk about PR. Okay, so I just had a really cool idea and I hope I don't mess it up. So I'm gonna do it before I start talking about PR. Getting on PR lists is, I'm not gonna say it's not hard, but if you are if that's one of your goals and that you are actively pursuing, it is really strategic, okay? Because before you even get on the list, you have to be seen by the brand, like actually seen. Yes, getting on PR list has to do with numbers. That's undeniable. Brands want to know if you're going to be able to bring in customers for them. That's just facts. That's just the way that it is. It is what it is. But also, part of it is brand loyalty. So, hold on real quick. Let me cut my crease. Okay, so I'm going to take this eyeshadow called DDG. I have no idea where I'm going with this color placement, and I said I wasn't gonna put on purple. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut my crease again. Okay, so like I was saying about PR, you have to be really strategic about it. If it is your goal to get on a list, you really want to make sure you're paying attention to a number of things. One of them being, are you branding yourself as someone who uses the products that the company you like is promoting? Like, if you want to get the attention of a skincare brand, you can't be out here not showing your skin. Does that make sense? And not talking about skincare. Even though being on a PR list does grant opportunities, it is not the same thing as getting a check. Just because you're on someone's PR list doesn't mean that they are going to pay you. And you have to realize that. Sometimes you will only just be getting free product. Is that a bad thing? That depends on your circumstances, your goals, and your own personal opinion and needs. But I feel like a lot of people don't realize that free makeup is not a paycheck. You actually have to work to earn the kind of relationship with a brand and their representatives that makes them want to pay you. And again, numbers. Numbers matter, you know, and a lot of people get upset about it because they're like, well, I don't have enough followers and I don't get enough attention. And I totally understand. I totally understand that. That makes complete sense. But you also have to realize that numbers help the brands to tell whether or not investing in you is a good idea. And it's not just how many followers you have. It's your level of engagement, your percentage of engagement, the ratio between, you know, how much communication you actually have going on your platforms versus how many followers you have, etc. And the numbers are always going to vary. Very rarely does someone have, you know, 5 million followers and 5 million likes. Very rarely, okay? I think the only person who's ever gotten anywhere near that level of engagement is Beyonce. So you're not Beyonce, but the point is numbers are a factor. That's something you'll have to keep in mind. And this is why it's strategic. Because you can't just stomp your foot on the timeline and say, I don't get enough attention. You got to earn all of that. You got to earn people's respect. You got to earn people's trust. You have to earn your influence. It's not something that you just automatically get just because you're talented. And you also have to have a good attitude. Because a lot of people who out here, you know, trying to be on PR lists and stuff like that, attitudes are boo-boo. And you also have to make sure that you don't think that just because you work hard that you're entitled to it. I mean, look at me. I've been doing YouTube for 10 years. Now, did I start off with makeup? No. I started off doing my nails. But that's beside the point. So, yeah. What was I talking about? Oh, I'm terrible. I don't even know what I was talking about. There are certain things like, you know, obviously women of color influencers don't get the same kind of attention and support of people of other ethnicities do. There's stuff like that. That's obvious, but that's everybody. But you have to make sure that your attitude isn't me. I deserve this. I deserve that. I do this and you know, I'm more talented than this person, whatever. Moving on to my eyeliner. I'm just going to do this over here real quick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now clean up the sides of the eyeliner and the eyeshadow without making the harsh line, which is very common in makeup looks and has been for a long time. So I'm just going to clean it up on the sides. Then I'm going to get into my complexion makeup. And to be honest, I think I'm just going to fast forward through me doing my complexion makeup. I haven't done that in a long time. And also, I just feel like it's always the same. So let's try something new. We're going to fast forward. Oh my god, this zit looks so gross. This is going to cover up all of my manchas and make me look smooth and presentable. But I love foundation. It is one of my favorite parts of my makeup routine because it lets me start fresh with my whole face. Even though my skin has always been this way, like since I was little. Only thing I'm not looking forward to is having moles. They will all get scratched off my face. I think foundation is the one thing that scares men when it comes to makeup. They be like, what? You don't look the same. Duh, you don't put on a fresh outfit so you can keep looking like a bum. Why would I put on makeup so I can keep looking the same? I'm gonna tweet that. They be like, makeup is an illusion. I'd be like, so is your lifestyle, bro. You look like you're not broke, but you really are. I feel like if your voice is too deep, then you sound like a monster.
Hey girl, what you doing? Hey baby.
No, sir! We cannot be together. You out here sounding like my little sister or something. Like, who are you? I'm gonna put it in a triangular shape. This is circa 2010, 2011 YouTube. I think it's amazing when a man can show as much interest in a woman as women show in men. That's why they say that relationships don't work unless a man likes you more than you like him. And I think it's true, because usually men in general have trouble showing affection and communicating properly. But if a guy likes you more than you like him, he's gonna do more than somebody who might like you the same way. You know what I mean? Like, he's gonna put in more effort. Hello?
Hi, this is Amy.
Oh my god, it was a spammer. Oh, that hurts. Cause I was like, I'm not supposed to be one of those girls, you know? One of those people that takes advantage of somebody. Like, I can't stand when people do that. Like, okay, it's obvious that this person likes you more than you like them. But to take advantage of them, that's messed up. Nah. I think there should be a good balance though, you know? What do you think? Hello? Oh my god, this is separating. Get the basta. You gonna be messed up. You think you're supposed to separate on me? No, sir. At least you try to cook, you know? I'm sure you can make a bomb sandwich. That's important. It's the simple things. People making casseroles and crap like that, they just doing the most because they don't know how to make a sandwich. They don't even know how to put a salad together. One of my ex-boyfriend's mom was like that. She could bake, but sis could not make a salad for nothing, bro. Her salad was trash. My ex-boyfriend called me and was like, ever since your salad was so popular at the gathering, my mom's been making these salads and they're really gross. Aww. Really? Your boyfriend's ugly. Be like, okay, and so are you, sis. Congratulations. Takes one to know one. Don't be over here hating. I be like,